and welcome back to my channel. Today actually what I'm going to be doing now, most of my videos you find that I'm always doing how to cut a peplum. Today I'm going to be
how to couple a bustier blouse.
After cutting, how to sew it on the machine. After sewing, then I will bring it, cut out the neck, shape the part, then before I now use the lining to turn it. That's what I'm going to be teaching you how to do today. But before then, I want to say a very big thank you to all of my faithful subscribers. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Click the bell on your screen so that anytime I make a new video, you can see it. You can comment. You tell me what type of videos you actually want me to make. If you are having difficulty in any part of your sewing, just tell me. All you have to do is subscribe. Once you subscribe, then you can tell me what parts, as in anything you want me to do to teach you. You tell me, then I'll make a video about it. Thank you so much. So now let's go to my machine. Let's do the coupling. I'll come back here to shape it out. So I'm going to start sewing from the top. This is the middle piece, this is the side, and this is the other side. So I'll start sewing from the top. This is for this side, so I'll start like this. I'll place it here. Whenever you get to this bust part, always try and manipulate the curve, negotiate the bend. This is one part, so I'll do the same thing to the other side now. Like I said, I'm starting from the top, and most times if you choose to start from the top, make this middle piece a little bit longer. That is when you are cutting it, you add at least like 1 inch to it so it doesn't jump up. That's if you are going to start sewing from the top part. But if you choose to sew from the down part, it is your choice. Depends on what you want. Like I said, when you get to the bend, always try and negotiate the bend properly. That is what will bring out the top. When you are done, you can always open and check. As you can see that this part is a little bit sharp. It's a little bit sharp, so I'm going to be sewing it again. I'll hold it again. That is this part. So you bring it like this and place back on your machine. You can see it. You will notice it that it's sharp. So you now try and make a clean bend again on it. I'll do the same thing to the other side. I think I like what I have now. You can see it's coming out better, you see. So the next thing, I'll cut the back. I'll sew the back. Then I'll take it to my table to show you how to cut out the neck and the shape before I now come and turn with my lining. So as you can see, I've coupled it. This is the breast part and this is the back. This is the lining. So now what I'm going to be doing now on this and this is the back part. I'm going to be cutting out the neck. I'll cut out the neck, then I'll shape it to the size, to the actual size of the person. Then I'll now shape everything, get it ready, shape it with my lining, and then I'll go back to my machine and show you how to actually turn it with the lining. So now let's go. I'm actually making a V-neck for this dress. So before you couple, as in after coupling, before you shape out, always fold it into two. Then you get the back piece like this. You get the back piece, you place like this. Place it together. I always place it together. If it's a fabric that is slippery, you can always pin, but this one does not really slip. So you bring the front piece and you place like this. Make sure everything is accurate. You can see the dot lines. Make sure they are the same. It's like a V neck, but not really as in sharp V. Something like a U V neck. That's what I'm going to be doing. And so I don't want it to be too big or too deep. So I'm using 3 inches. So this is how you actually do. That's after coupling. You measure 3 inches. Depends on how wide you want your neck to be. This I don't really want it very wide. So I'll use 3 inches for the length. As in that's for the width. Then for the depth of the neck. Like I always say in most of my videos, you can always measure what you want. You just place your tape like this. And you see this is 8 inches. Make sure it's not too deep. So I'm going to be working with 7.5, not really 8. I will not get to 8 because I don't want it to show the cleavage. Why 7.5 is by the time you turn with lining, it will get to that 8 inches. So you mark it like this and then you come like this. Like I told you, it's not as in full V. It's like you can see it's not sharp, it's curved. So I've cut it out. Before I cut it out, the back, you can see this is the allowance for the zip. You just take your chalk and raise the front part and then mark. You know that's where you're going to be stopping for the back piece. You can decide to cut out the back first. So let me just cut out the back. The back I'm going to be making something like a 4-corner neck, but not really 4-corner. So I'll make it 7 inches. This is like a 4-corner round, but not really round, sharp round, not like a circle round. So this is the back piece. So I've cut out the front. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now, measure the shoulder. Note, when you are measuring the shoulder, don't always work with the back part of your cloth. You always work with the front because that's an extra allowance. So you leave it. Her shoulder is actually 17. That's 8.5. 8 plus 8 is 16. That's 16 here. So this is 17. Just draw out. I don't really want to stain my dress. So after measuring the shoulder, you always make sure your tape, you don't start from the top because this is the shoulder. You are going to be joining this part. So always leave like half an inch. So my 8 inches remain that I used initially for my armhole. So I'll just carve. I'll just still maintain. I'm still maintaining it. You can see what I did here. It's coming like this and joining to that point where I left, as in that's the shoulder line because I don't want the armpit to be too big. So cut it like this, and you make a little slant on it, like half, not really half. Most times I don't really do half inch, but some people, if you like, you can do half an inch. Depends on what you want. Depends on what works for you. When it comes to tailoring, it's what works for you. That is what you stick with. So I've done my slant. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'll measure the bust. You'll notice that when I measured the shoulder, I still left a little inches. So by the time I finish cupping, I'll still trim it out again. So for the bust part, her bust is actually 42. 42 divided by 4 is actually 10 and half. Yeah, 10 and half. So this is 10 and half. I'll put it here. I don't really want to stain the dress. So here. So I'll use 2.5 inches for my allowance. Why I'm using 2.5 inches? If you are somebody that normally weave your clothes, as in you don't sew it and turn it from inside like all these already made dresses, you can even use 1 inch or 1.5. But me, what I normally do, I normally sew from the inside and turn. So at the end, you don't have to go and weave. So that is why I'm using this 2.5 inch, because I'll turn this side, then the dress, it will be neat. You won't have to weave anything. So that's why I'm leaving the 2.5 inch. Note, if you are the person that weaves, you can go with 1.5 inch. So for her under bust, that's the down part where the peplum will be, is actually 38. So by the time you divide 38 into 4, you have 9.5. So I'll mark it here. Like I said initially, I'm using 2.5 as my allowance because of the type of sewing I'm doing on it. So there's not really much for me to trim out. So the length of the peplum, that's where I want my peplum to be, as in the peplum cut where I want it to be. Her under bust initially is 16. So now I want the peplum to be 17. I want it to be on this 17 inch, 17.5. Why 17.5? Is at the time when I'm done, by the time I weave, I couple, it will now be 17. So this part is already truncated, so I'll just go. So how do you trim out? How do you trim your dress? As in, that's your actual fabric with your lining. You take your lining, you place it like this, and you get a piece of what you have done. So you place it like this, yeah. You can see it. So you trim. I don't always advise you to trim the neck part. It's always better for you to use your machine to trim out the neck side. So leave it, don't trim. You do the same to the front piece. For the front piece, you fold exactly and you take it, you place on top of it like this. Make sure the cup is inside. Put your hand, make sure it's inside, so you don't run into any problems. You take your scissors, you trim out the armhole part. Don't touch the neck part. You trim out this part. You can leave the down part if you want to. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'll go to my machine and turn with and just sew it. Sew this part, the neck, every part. That's turning with the lining. Then I'll come back to show you how to shape. I will now take my final measurement. That's the final measurement for the bust and the under bust. You place it like this. This is this part, and then this is this part. You start from the neck part. Always make sure, like I said, you check this bust part. Make sure it's the same. Double check everything. Sew the side. Before I do, I'm checking, make sure the bust part is the same. Do the same thing to the other side. As you can see, I finished sewing. You see what I was telling you about the kind of sewing. You see the coupling here. So with this, you don't need any weaving. So the next thing I'm going to be, this is the front. I've joined the shoulder. So now what I'm going to be doing now is to take my final body measurement. So I normally do that from the back. Like I said initially, her bust is 41. When you divide 41 into 2, okay, sorry, 42, that is 21. This is 21 inches. Look at, this is the zip allowance, 10.5, 21. Make sure the half part is there. You mark. And mark on this side also. This is the actual measurement now. Then this down part is 38. When you now divide, when you get to this point now, you divide into 2. You no longer divide into 4. So this part now, 19. That's 38. Place your tape, make sure it's at the middle. You mark 19 here, and then here, and then you take your chalk and you join your lines together. So all I'll have to do now is go to my machine and just measure and just sew. Sorry, I'll take it to my machine now and sew. Before then, the shoulder part, I told you initially, her shoulder is 17 inches. That's 8.5. This is my 8 and this is my half inches. When I get here now, I don't add anything again. All I do is just add like just a little half an inch to it. That's the part I'm going to be using to join the shoulder to the dress. I'm still maintaining my 8 inches. I'm using 8, I'm not using 9. So I just stick like this. and then I cut out. So this is now my actual body measurement. As you can see, I've come to the end of this video. So if you're having any problem, like I said initially, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel first. Once you subscribe, tell me what kind of videos you want me to make, what part of sewing is giving you problem. Just tell me, you'll be surprised. I'll make a video about that for you. So if you have any question, don't forget you can drop it on the comment section of this video. Drop it and ask me whatever question you want. I will be so glad and very fast to answer your question. And thank you so much for watching. Bye and God bless you.